Or did you record?
My face doesn't have a square around it. No, I didn't record any of that.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. Good morning, everyone. It's Tom here, and welcome to California. Right now we're heading into the Joshua Tree National Park. Last night we arrived at the public land outside the park at about midnight and we got set up. We would have come in for sunrise, but we didn't actually know when that was, and we wanted a proper sleep. So we slept in this morning. We're coming in now after having an easy morning. So we're going to go for a bit of a walk, see what there is to do. So then we'll come back out, just relax for this afternoon, and then head back in again for sunset. Then we'll stay one more night and we'll have sunrise in the morning before we head off down towards San Diego. So let's see what that's all about. Alright, so we're driving through the Joshua Tree National Park now. We've been to the Cottonwood Visitor Center and had a chance to look around, look at some maps there. So we found out vaguely what we want to do for sort of today and then sunset and sunrise and what might be a nice place to go for each of those things. There's plenty of stuff to do in the national park. There's heaps of walks everywhere, heaps that are really short and really accessible, which is nice. I don't feel like exerting myself too much. At the visitor center we also got a chance to get our first souvenirs, first of many.
Yep.
And one of them is these little Joshua Tree patches. We got one each. I also got one of these postcards. Apparently it's from a set of 35,000 different posters made between 1935 and 43 to stir the public's imagination for education, theatre, health, safety and travel. So right now we're heading a bit more into the middle of the park, more towards the north, to find our first lot of walks to go on. Alright, this is the map of Joshua Tree National Park. So we actually camped just outside of the national park down here, came into Cottonwood, and
we passed through Coachella.
Wow. It was almost midnight, so we didn't see anything. We've come up and we thought we might go to the Cholla Cactus Garden for sunrise tomorrow morning, but after seeing White Tank and all the rock formations there, we think that'll be a better option. So right now we're just having lunch at a picnic site here. It's also very nice, and the woman suggested that everything in this green area would be nice for sunset. So we're actually going to try and get a park at Ryan Mountain and climb that before the sun goes down. Again, being Easter long weekend, we might find that a bit hard. Then tonight we're going to try and head out through the Joshua Tree Visitor Center area. There's a small amount of free camping out there, and we'll head back in the morning to come to White Tank before going somewhere else. Who knows? We'll find out later on. just come off the top of Mount Ryan, where we were for sunset. It was a bit hazy, which was a tad disappointing. There's not much you can do about that. And it was a difficult little hike. It took us about an hour to get up here. Apparently 1,000 feet in elevation, just over 300 meters. We were sweaty.
Now it's cold.
We were hot and sweaty, and now we're freezing. And we've just discovered that there are some huge mosquitoes out. So we're coming back down. Should take us, how long? Like 15 minutes to get down? Well, I wish I could say that would be our night done. We still need to leave the park. We need to fill up petrol. Then we need to park. We need to cook dinner. We need to eat it. We need to give ourselves a sponge bath. Sounds great. And only after that can we actually go to bed. And of course, we have to get it all done because we've got to get up for sunrise. How much more of this can we take? Find out next time. Alright, we are finally in bed. It's 11 o'clock. We have to be up at 5. So that won't be fun. We're actually in a Walmart car park. We decided that driving out and finding a camp spot on public land was going to be too much work. Especially when we got out there, we would have to open up the whole car and cook dinner. And it was windy and cold outside. We decided not to do that. Instead, we drove from the town of Joshua Tree to the Yucca Valley and got Taco Bell. Despite what I'd heard about Taco Bell, it was alright. Chalupa, tacos, burrito.
Chalupa was the best thing.
It's alright. Chalupa, I don't know what the bread is, but it's good. So this is our second night in the van. Last night we slept up top, but now we're down the bottom. We're working out what's the best for us. We got a blanket. We got our stuff. Kitchen out the back there. There's Kate. And out here, look. There's the Walmart. And with that, we're going to go to bed. See you tomorrow morning. Good morning. Right now it's about 9:15. We've already been out to the national park for the sunrise. We've actually left the park now and heading to the Yucca Valley to hop on some free Wi-Fi at Starbucks. It was a pretty nice morning. There was nice colours in the clouds and the full moon was setting over the rocks. One regret I do have is not being more prepared for the trip. I guess when I've always thought about coming out to the national parks, I would have done plenty of research beforehand, seen photos and stuff, and I know it's good to sort of explore and see all of that on your own, but when we're strapped for time like we are, would pay to be more prepared. So instead of just heading into the park this morning with a vague idea of what I thought was nice and what I might want to see, we could have had a more solid plan in place. But just after arriving 3 days ago now, arriving in the morning, and we just had that full day at Universal, and then the next morning we were up immediately and went to Juicy, and we were at Juicy the whole day, sort of like stopping and starting, getting the van, and then immediately coming out to Joshua Tree and going to have a look around and everything. We haven't had any downtime. It's only 3 days, but already we need a break from the holiday. So that's what we're going to Starbucks for. We're going to get some drinks and use their Wi-Fi and just do some things that we need to do. But even though we've left the national park, it's a beautiful place, Southern California. I guess it's got that sort of Mexican vibe. adobo style, apparently. It's a nice little place. One thing I thought was interesting, I knew they were real, but I guess I always thought they were really old and we didn't have them anymore, which is the mailboxes with the little red flags on them to let people know that you've got mail you need to send. But no, it's just not an Australian thing, it's an American thing. And they're all over the place. Anyway, that's all for now. When you see us next, we'll be heading from up here at Joshua Tree down towards San Diego to start the Pacific Coast Highway. That should be really good. Alright, see ya. Yeah, something like that. So graceful.